the weird sisters problem has been um, has been with us, from almost from the beginning. I mean, recognized almost from the beginning. It's not so much the witch weird sister problem, because it's within the text of the play that they are within the dialogue that they are referred to as, in the folio, wayward sisters, and then later on in the folio, Wayard, Weyard, Wayard sisters. And so the problem has been, what are these creatures, and why would they be wayward, or why would they be Wayard? And again, the solution to this came with Lewis Theobald, who did so much of the basic editorial work for these plays. And he recognized the fact that these creatures would not, in Shakespeare's use of the word wayward, it made absolutely no sense for them to use a derogatory term about themselves. And he traces through the other uses of the word wayward and shows how this really doesn't make much sense. And so he was a wonderful scholar, and he was able to track down the fact that there was a term in Shakespeare's day of weird sisters. It was used as a definition of, when we're talking about some of the creatures in Greek mythology who had ability to foresee the future. He also knew that the word goes back to the WYRD, which is a Scottish form that is tied to the word prophecy or forecasting. And so he was the one who proposed that we substitute the word weird, where the folio has wayward and wayard. And he introduced using the diacrisis over the I, so that you indicate that it is supposed to be pronounced as two syllables, because there are places in the dialogue where it needs to be two syllables long. Then when the editors came along behind him, they simply accumulated more and more evidence that weird was the right term. They found just stacks of evidence of that being a term that was very prevalent at the time, to refer to prophetesses or destinies or fates or other creatures. And so it has not really been debated. I think that some modern scholars have tried to, some 20th century scholars have tried to convince us that wayward is a better term, or since it's in the folio, that's what we should use. But outside of that, for 300 years at least, nobody has really doubted that Theobald was right in tracking down that term.